If your Shopify store is bleeding sales right now, the absolute worst thing you can do is try to fix it. Okay, I know this sounds crazy, but you actually need to slash your cold acquisition budget by about 50%, like today. Because look, if you are an e-commerce founder sitting there right now and obsessively refreshing your Meta Ads Manager, hoping your return on ad spend magically bounces back while your customers are off ignoring their phones on a beach somewhere, I totally get it. It's completely normal behavior. But you have to stop trying to force it. Instead, over the next few minutes, I want to take you on a walk, where I'm going to show you exactly how to exploit this temporary summer traffic crash to scoop up dirt cheap data and build an airtight retargeting fortress, and set yourself up to print money the second Q4 rush hits. Because here's the reality. If you keep trying to force top-of-funnel sales to a cold audience in August, you aren't just bleeding out your ad account. You will end up with absolutely zero cash reserves by Q4, when Black Friday and the entire December holiday sprint actually matters. So, for a little bit of context, I'm Peter Fisabolcs and I run Ads and Leads. And with that, let's break down exactly how you can do this, starting with where your money actually needs to go right now. So, if you are cutting your cold acquisition in half, like right now, where does that money actually go? We are deploying it into retargeting. See, the biggest mistake you can make right now is treating July like it's November. In Q4, strangers will happily impulse buy a $150 product from a brand they just discovered. But in the middle of summer, not a chance. The real money right now isn't in hunting for new eyeballs. It's hidden in a very specific segment of your audience that you are probably starving of attention. I mean, just think about it. Right now you are burning premium ad spend trying to convince someone sitting by a hotel pool to pull out their credit card for a brand they never even heard of. And that friction is massive and is quietly draining your Q4 war chest. Instead, we need to execute a hard pivot today. Take every single dollar you just shaved off the top of your funnel budget and dump it straight into your aggressive bottom of funnel retargeting. Hit your past purchasers, hit your 30-day cart abandoners, and hammer your email list. These people have already jumped through the hardest psychological hoop. They already trust you. By heavily shifting your budget towards this warmer audience, you harvest the goodwill you already paid to build. You maintain this steady, highly profitable cash flow during the exact weeks your competitors are going broke trying to force cold sales. But here's the catch. Leaning on your existing audience is just a defensive play. To actually go on in the offensive and dominate the Q4, you need to use this quiet summer period to stockpile cheap data. And to do that, you have to completely break the rules on the type of ads you are currently running. So let's talk about the actual ads you are putting in front of the people right now. Because major brands historically pull back their spend during the summer. Ad auctions are practically ghost towns. So this means your CPMs are ridiculously cheap right now. And the financial benefit here is massive. But only if you use this brief window to do something that most founders are completely terrified to try. See, if you wait until November to test new ad creatives, you are going to get slaughtered. Ad costs absolutely skyrocket during the Black Friday window, for example. Trying to figure out what hooks works when the traffic is at most expensive is how you burn through your profit margins in a single weekend. Instead, you need to treat August as your paid data inbox. Stop running polished expensive studio shots right now. Use this cheap inventory to test your weirdest, ugliest, and most controversial angles. Test raw rapid-fire iPhone hooks. Test bizarre copy. Basically throw everything at the wall while it literally costs you pennies on the dollar to see what actually grabs attention. So, by doing this, you are buying the most valuable asset, which is data, at a massive discount. And when Q4 hits, your competitors are panicking, guessing what might convert. You aren't guessing at all. You already have a proven, battle-tested arsenal of winning creatives ready to scale to the moon. So, you got your ads logged in. But here's the final missing piece of this puzzle. Even if you have a perfect ad, getting a cold prospect to actually act on it in the middle of summer requires a total shift in what you are asking them to do. So, what exactly should you be asking them to do? Because if you want to capture future buyers for absolute pennies right now, you have to realize that summer behavior is just different. Your audience's typical 9 to 5 routine is completely on hold. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are still glued to their phones at odd hours, maybe scrolling at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday from a beach chair, but they are simply not in a buying state. Which means if your ads are screaming, buy now, you are actively pushing them away from your brand. I mean, just think about the friction here. Asking someone to pull out a credit card while they are standing in a line for a roller coaster is a guaranteed bounce. You pay for the click, they leave, and the money is gone forever. And to stop this bleeding, you need to pause the hard sell and shift your top of funnel campaigns objectives away from purchases and get entirely into getting connections. And basically run low friction lead magnets. Launch SMS opt-in campaigns promising VIP early access to a secret September drop. Or run viral giveaways where the only cost of entry is an email address. By shifting the ask, you capture their attentions right now when it's incredibly cheap to do so. And by the time they get back to their desks in September and their natural buying intent returns, you don't even need to pay Meta or Google to reach them, because you completely own their inbox, bypassing the algorithms entirely and stepping into Q4 madness with a massive warm audience that is practically begging to buy from you. So, when you stack these three moves together, like funding your retargeting, stockpiling dirt cheap sandbox creatives, and hoarding contact information through connections, you aren't just surviving the Q3 period. Think about it like you are actively pulling back a slingshot, and the moment September hits, you let it go. Imagine walking into Q4 holiday rush while your competitors are panicking, dealing with quadrupled ad costs, and guessing at which ads might work. You are just sitting there with a massive warm audience, mathematically proven creatives, and a war chest full of cash because you didn't blow it all in August. And this is how 8-figure brands operate this game. But actually executing this pivot, like restructuring your meta ad accounts, managing the daily budget allocations, and running aggressive creative testing without breaking your pixel tracking, takes surgical media buying. You can't just guess at the campaign architecture, and this is exactly what my agency can handle for you. At Ads and Leads, we don't just give you a theory, we step in, take over your ad accounts, and build this exact Q3 Slingshot infrastructure for you and your brand. So, if you want us to look under the hood of your ad accounts and map this transition out for your brand, then feel free to click the link in the description and book a call with my team and me. Because every single extra day you let those cold campaigns burn through your summer budget, you are literally handing away the capital you need to dominate Q4. So, let's build this infrastructure out for you so you can walk into Q4 with total confidence.